Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video, we're going to talk about Google Ads policies. All right, so Google is definitely a little bit more strict than Microsoft in the sense that if you make mistakes, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to shut you down forever, but they're definitely more trigger happy with pressing the account suspension button. Okay, so it's one of the reasons we start you off on Microsoft, get your feet wet. There's going to be a lot more traffic on Google. You're going to move faster. You're going to get more clicks. I think the traffic's a little bit better over at Google, but I really can't stress enough how important it is for you guys to take the time out of your day to really understand the Google Ads policies, okay? Take the 30, 40 minutes it takes to read this stuff. A lot of it is pretty self-explanatory, don't run ads to drugs and guns and alcohol and sex toys and things like that, right? And you're going to be fine. Make sure your ads aren't misleading. Make sure you spell things properly. Make sure all your links work. You have privacy policy pages, all that stuff. I'm going to have a checklist video after this to give you like a little checklist of what to have on your website. But as long as your website is good, it has content on it, it doesn't look spammy, and you're running in a niche that's approved by Google, you're going to be fine, okay? So we can take a look at a little bit of this together in the video. Really, the only thing I should say is we can't really cover every nook and cranny in this video. It really is on you to read through these policies and understand them inside and out, okay? Generally, don't run prohibited content, okay? You can see here counterfeit goods, dangerous products or services, such as like drugs, weapons, explosives, tobacco, dishonest behavior. Okay, you can see some of these: hacking software, academic cheating services, like running services to, they'll take the SAT for you or something like that. Inappropriate content. It's a little bit generic, but I think, racial discrimination, cruelty to animals, things that have swear words on it, These are things that are, again, they're kind of self-explanatory. Don't run stuff that's bad, just as a general concept. And then we have like some prohibited practices. Don't abuse the network, okay? So this would be something like running your website in multiple ad accounts so that your ad shows up all over the place, or using some sort of cloaking software. You can see here, I know some people are going to immediately say, well, it says bridge pages. Promoting destinations for the sole or primary purpose of showing ads. Promoting bridge destinations that are solely designed to send to the user somewhere else. This is why it's important to have below the fold content, okay? You can't just have a page that has a button on it that sends them directly to a third-party offer. You need to have actual content that's unique on your website. That is very, very important, okay? If you do have content, it's not looked at as a bridge page. It's looked at as a website, all right? Data collection and use. This is just basically going around when you have name and email on your page, that it's important to have like disclaimers and legal policies and privacy terms and things like that, which we already have. And then misrepresentation, don't lie about yourself, on your website. Okay, so those are the things that are very important. And then we have some stuff around restricted content here. You can read about that, right? Gambling, alcohol, political content, some financial services. All right, you can see this is just like in Bing, where personal loans are allowed in some countries, but you have to have all these disclaimers on it. So read about financial services here. Obviously, don't infringe on people's trademarks or break the law and things along those lines, okay? They then have some stuff on editorial requirements. You can't, let's show right here, you can't capitalize all your words. You can't use symbols. Make sure your spelling is all good in your ads, okay? Destination requirements. Basically, make sure it works. You can't really have any like pop-ups on your website. You can't have any back button manipulation. Somebody clicks the back button and like an ad pops up, things along those lines. Your page must be functional, all right? And then it has some stuff here around ad format requirements, i.e., make sure you don't have any go over the character limits in your headline. If you're using images, they meet the requirements and things along those lines, okay? So to recap, really, make sure your website is functional, that it has content on there, so it's not viewed as a bridge page. All your legal pages are set up, things along those lines. Make sure that if you're using any sort of tracking software, which we're not doing at the time of this video, but we will down the road, that the tracking software is all functional. Make sure that you're not running a niche that's not allowed, that you follow their ad guidelines, you don't capitalize all the letters and things along those lines. If you do those things, you'll be fine, okay? Nothing we show in this program teaches you to get around these policies. We talk about having a complete website. We talk about operating in niches that are approved. And if you do those things, you're going to be just fine. So that's it for the Google Ads policies video. See you on the next one.